When we think of military superiority, the first images that come to mind are massive invasion armies and advanced fighter jets. However, Russia, the nation with the world's largest land borders, has made a fascinating choice over the last 30 years. Instead of producing the world's most advanced stealth jets or aircraft carriers, Russia allocates a significant portion of its economy to air defense systems that shroud its airspace like a shield, and to nearly impenetrable fortifications. But why? Why did Russia choose to be the shield rather than the sword? Today we examine the four primary reasons behind the Kremlin's military doctrine and the role of this strategy in modern warfare. At the heart of Russian military actions lies the anti-access area denial strategy, known as a 2/AD. Europe and the US build their military power upon air superiority. If you dominate the skies, you win the war. The Russians are acutely aware of this, and they offer an asymmetric response to this Western advantage. While the cost of a single F-35 fighter jet exceeds $100 million, the cost of an S-400 missile capable of shooting it down is only a small fraction of that price. Instead of producing expensive offensive aircraft, Russia establishes air defense umbrellas that make it nearly impossible for enemy planes to enter its airspace. When the S-400, S-500, and Pantsir systems integrate, an impenetrable layered electronic dome forms over Russia. For Russia, this is both a cost-effective method and a masterclass in technological chess. To understand the Russian military mind, one must look at the pages of history. Napoleon and Hitler both were neutralized within the depths of Russia, broken by defensive lines and logistical quagmires. Russia spans a staggering 17 million square kilometers. Building an offensive army to protect such a vast geography is a logistical nightmare. The Russian doctrine is based on drawing the enemy in and exhausting them within prepared defensive lines. The massive trenches, minefields, and concrete fortifications we see today in Ukraine, such as the Surovikin line, are modern reflections of this historical defense-in-depth philosophy. For Russia, defense is not just a tactic, it is a survival reflex. Another harsh reality is the economy. Russia's GDP is comparable to that of Italy or the state of Texas. With such a budget, it is impossible to both maintain one of the world's largest nuclear arsenals and engage in a conventional offensive arms race with NATO. Modern offensive weapons, precision-guided missiles, and fifth-generation jets require Western components and advanced microchips. With access to these technologies limited by sanctions, Russia focuses on its more traditional yet effective defense industry. Russian defense systems are designed to be more rugged than their Western counterparts, yet highly durable and mass-producible. This is a modern reflection of the Soviet-era tradition of keeping factories running at all costs. The biggest reason why Russia does not overinvest in offensive weaponry is hidden in its ultimate trump card, nuclear weapons. Russian military doctrine is quite clear on this. If the existence of the state is threatened, nuclear weapons will be used. Russia does not, of course, plan to sweep NATO all the way to Washington in a conventional war. Its plan is to stop the enemy at its borders, block their advance, and if the defensive lines are breached, bring the nuclear card to the table. This nuclear umbrella grants Russia the luxury of settling for an effective defensive force to protect its borders rather than maintaining a massive and prohibitively expensive offensive army. In conclusion, Russia's emphasis on defense is not a sign of weakness, but a strategic choice, neutralizing the enemy's greatest strength, air power, turning its geography into a fortress, and keeping costs low. While the world focuses on the flashy world of offensive weaponry, Russia is quietly seeking ways to become impenetrable. In today's world, where drones have taken over the battlefield, do you think the best offense is truly a good defense? We look forward to your thoughts in the comments.